Yes. Okay. Good. Well, I
Good.
know that Eddie Johnson wanted to join. I've spoken with her recently. She's in Dallas because of her knee surgery. I'm in DC, so I apologize that I, can't be there in person. We just had votes, but I'm happy to be with you and to talk about rail and to talk about infrastructure. This is actually very exciting to me. I think it's really exciting time for us right now as a country because of the bipartisan infrastructure deal and because of the size of the investment that we have made and about its importance for us in Texas and in North Texas, particularly North Texas, because our population is growing so rapidly. And for us, investment in our infrastructure, as I always say, it's not really optional. This is it's mandatory. It's a necessity for us. And so from rail to our roads and our bridges, to our public transit and our airports, as well as the systems that folks don't see, but we all know are so important, our water systems, our broadband. The bipartisan infrastructure law makes some really important investments in our infrastructure system. They're going to create jobs, reduce congestion, take steps to protect our planet, which is important, and I think set Texas on a path to continue to lead the country and the world for years to come. And, why do I say that? Well, Texas alone is going to get $35 billion of investments from this bill. I mean, that's a lot of money for us. And these investments are going to help move our state forward with existing plans and also to make some much needed upgrades. And it will help our businesses get their products to market faster and folks get to work and get around town more efficiently. And it's really hard for me to overstate how big of an impact it's going to have on our region. This bill invests $66 billion nationally over 5 years for passenger and freight rail, including a set aside of $12 billion to fund intercity rail services outside the Northeast corridor, which is, we know they take a lot of the funding if we don't set anything aside for that. And these funds are critical to ensure that the United States can compete with our competitors like China, who have made significant investments, as we all know, in high-speed rail and plan to double their rail by 2035. It also funds the Consolidated Rail Infrastructure and Safety Improvements Program at an additional $5 billion to help improve the safety and efficiency of our passenger and freight rail, which I think is an important investment. It includes $3 billion for a new program called the Railroad Crossing Elimination Program to fund pathway rail grade crossing improvements and projects and other projects that are focused on improving safety at our railroad crossings, which we've had hearings on in our committee, and I know it continues to be an issue. And from this bipartisan bill, Texas is set to receive over $3 billion to improve and expand our public transit. That's at least $3 billion. That's the beginning. And I have no doubt that DART in North Texas is going to be successful in putting those funds to good use and making public transit a better alternative, transportation option for more North Texans. On average, Texans pay $709 a year in extra costs due to driving on roads that are in need of repair. And our commute times have gone up dramatically, state and even in the country. The bipartisan infrastructure bill is going to help us reduce that congestion that we've all come to know and I think hate, and hopefully shave a few minutes off that commute time and make it easier for folks to get to work, class, or to